Okay, so here's a quick overview of my diorama so far. So we can go back to each phase. Here's the overall kind of look of my diorama. As you can see back here is in the blockout phase. Here's the likeness phase. And then here is the final, or not the final, but the sub D modifier phase. So going back to the start, you can see I just blocked everything out. These chairs are just simple, blocks for the legs, and here's the TV screens, literally just cubes, rectangles, bricks, and then here's these computer terminals, very simple geometry on those, and the walls, and those are all just simple cubes as well. And then here's the next phase, which is the likeness phase, and you can see I added a little more definition to everything. These TVs now have these indents on the screens. I think I also gave them backing, yep. And you can see these computer terminals now have a lot more definition on these too. Here's the old ones right next to it that I was planning on getting rid of in this phase. And then, so the purpose of those two phases was obviously just to plan out where I wanted everything in the blockout phase and kind of what I wanted. And then the likeness phase was giving things more detail just to prepare for the actual high definition models of everything. So here's, in the likeness phase, here's a fire extinguisher, here's a helmet, and you can see in the sub D phase, those are both, they look like real objects, or they look like the high definition counterpart of what they're meant to look like. So we can just see now that all these objects are smooth and they look realistic. And the challenges I faced when doing the sub D modifier, some of them I documented in my text. So you can see these rocks here. In the other two phases, they were cubes that were subdivided and modified to look kind of like blocky rocks. And so when it came to smoothing them, it kind of got rid of some of the rough texture, and I had to do things like add holding edges on certain areas just to give it a little randomness and a little more jaggedness on the rocks. I also had some issues with some of the computers. These keys on the keyboard were pretty difficult to create with the sub D modifier, because originally I had my model where the keys were kind of connected in the model, and it kind of just smushed them all together when it was doing the sub D modifier. And so I kind of remade the keys on the keyboard model, and now I think it looks a lot better. But yeah, those are my three scenes, and so far I think it's looking really good. I applied the sub D modifier to everything that you can see here, and I think it came out pretty good. So there's my overview.